What did I do during my 6 months after I ORD? I've no school and I decided not to get a job. So what side quest did I embark on now that my NS arc is done?
Wait, John, you didn't get a job? You need something for your portfolio and gain working experience instead of being a NEET.
Well, I understand your concern, but actually, I wanted to take a pause from the rat race. I wanted to have full control of my time for a few months. The next time I won't have to study or work will be 40 years later once I retire. So I want to enjoy these 6 months. After all, I just finished working for 2 years in the army. So what did I use that time for? A very much needed rest. That's right, I'm able to get a guaranteed 8 hours of sleep per night. Some people can't even consistently get 7. When was the last time I was able to get that? In NS? In JC? In secondary school? This is the first time ever that I can stop feeling sleep deprived. It feels really good to catch up on the sleep debt I've accumulated for the past decade. And I'm just preparing myself for university when I will have morning classes or late night studying. I don't even have an alarm. I will stay up until 3 and just wake up at 11 plus. If I don't get enough sleep, I can take an afternoon nap. Anything is possible when you have no obligations. So John, what do you use the energy for? Well, of course I can play more games or watch more videos, which I often did, but I also use that energy on studying a little. I figured that I should prepare for university by studying some mathematics. I know some people think that I'm very ups, but it's more of the fact that computer science is a challenging course with many technical concepts, so I'll need to catch up by having a head start in maths. I mean, some people are entering this course with a head start on programming. I took the CS50 course and I didn't even finish half of it, so I went at my own pace in this self-directed learning. Other than learning about mathematics or programming, I also picked up the piano again. I was relearning the songs I used to play and learning new songs. I didn't touch the piano when I was in NS, so my skills were a little rusty. But after a few weeks, I felt accomplished when I finally mastered a piece. I enjoyed Sparkle by Red Wimps and Someone You Love by Lewis Capaldi, though they were pretty hard to learn. Y'all know that I learned chess in this video here, but something else I learned is cooking. I've never cooked anything more than instant noodles and scrambled eggs in my life, so I wanted to learn some simple dishes on my own. And I thought that it would be cool if I could cook something that I can eat when I'm in college. Wouldn't it be nice to get my protein in or not feel hungry? I also don't want to buy the expensive food in Singapore. There's barely anything filling that's $5. One last thing I learned was Korean. I wanted to be able to speak simple phrases when I go meet with the locals in Korea. So I went onto YouTube to learn some and then created flashcards using Anki-Droid. I then tested myself almost daily for a month before I actually traveled to Korea. Was I able to speak Korean? Meh, it was alright. I loved how I had an entire conversation with this shopkeeper, which was really confusing. He was speaking in Korean, so I asked if he could speak in English using Korean. Then he continued speaking in Korean really quickly. Then I had to say how my Korean wasn't good. Usually the shopkeepers try speaking in simple English after I asked that question. But anyways, my Korean was sufficient to ask the strangers where's the toilet, which apparently is a hard thing to do in Korea. Thankfully, we have many public toilets in Singapore. Anyways, here's me explaining these photos I took in Korean out of context. And there's a lamp here that is powered by you touching the side of it. That's kind of cool. Then another one is a convenience store that had Pokemon as the package for 2 bananas. That was super weird. Then you have this picture of me with the Snickers bar saying save me, which is quite hilarious in my opinion. And then I thought, what did people years ago didn't do in a hanbok? That's right, skip around. Then this is a cup noodle station that's at a hotel for breakfast. Now this is kind of insane, but I guess kind of cool. Weirdly enough, I've come to enjoy learning at my own pace. Though it's kinda easy to be unmotivated when I'm relying on self-motivation, there are other things I do that drain my energy, such as meeting up with people. Look, of course I met up with friends that I haven't seen in a while. I'm just saying that when I go out 5 times a week, my social battery cannot take it. Of course, I still socialize regularly. I have a group of friends to go to the gym weekly. More on my fitness later. But it's not very interesting, right? So that's why I met up with new people too. Since I have the SMU student card and the email, I could enter the campus and sign up for events. So what did I do? I went for this one-off event about Korean culture. Here's a little story time for you. I was really nervous because it's my first time stepping into SMU campus. I struggled to find the place of this event, and I signed up alone, not with any friends. When I sat down, I was surrounded with people who were chatting with each other. Thankfully, 2 guys beside me asked if I came to this event alone. Turns out, they were in the same boat. So 3 of us stayed with each other throughout the event. Later on, 2 girls approached me. Plot twist, They were actually from my secondary school. So the 5 of us chatted with each other at the end of the event. I was quite shocked at how open people were to someone new. Perhaps there's a different air in the college, so that was nice. And then I signed up for something else. I decided to go to SMU Christian Fellowship. Basically, they have small Bible study groups that meet up weekly to study a passage. It's more comfy since you will interact with the same people often. Eventually, I was able to join the group for a total of 3 times. Can you imagine entering this group of people that have known each other, but you don't know anyone at all? I was scared that I might not fit in, but it was cool to see people warming up to me quickly. They didn't care that I was a newcomer or that I haven't even started university. If anything, because I don't know anything about university life, they gave me advice. By the second time, I was willing to ask questions about Bible study, and it felt like by the third time, I loosened up to people. And they loosened up to me too. Or at least that's what I think. I also went for a 3-day event called a Bible retreat. How was it being out for 10 hours each day when my social battery depletes after 6 hours? It was tiring, but it was nice to have a few more new friends. I really enjoyed the sermons by the pastor and learning more about SMU from my future seniors. Then I was coerced to sign up for a Bible book club, then sign up for Singaporean Students Bible Conference. I guess it's nice to meet new people and learn more about the Bible, since I don't have much to do these days. Actually, I also went for a 5-day church camp in Malaysia. Now we are talking about my church, not SMU. Of course, the facilities were nice in a 5-star hotel. My room was meant for 2 people but has a 3rd bed. The food served was exquisite. They have a swimming pool, but other than the facilities, I really enjoyed the sermons and Bible studies. As someone who is about to serve in my church's youth ministry, it's nice to hear talks about how youths play a role in the church and how we can serve them. Obviously, it was nice meeting up with people. Interacting with new people was something I didn't really do since the pandemic, so I got to do that. Seeing people I haven't seen in a long time was great too. Of course, I enjoyed being with my friends. Whether it's singing the birthday song to me over and over again, chilling with them till 4+ at night with some heart-to-heart talks, or going to the swimming pool, those were great times. And yes, if you heard it just now, I'm about to serve in my youth ministry. I will be leading Bible studies almost weekly while getting to know these teenagers for the next 3 or more years, which will be quite challenging. But I believe it's God's calling for me to serve Him in this way. But while I'm excited to begin serving, I'm also nervous about leading Bible studies. How do I lead them? What if my knowledge isn't good enough? That's why I read 2 books and enrolled into a free online course from a guest pastor in the church camp. I'm pretty jazzed about this opportunity, so let's see how it goes. Other than that, I met up with 2 different content creators as they can relate to my journey of making videos. And if you're interested, I did have some success on dating apps. I went on a total of, drumroll please, 1 day. Woohoo! It's really tough emotionally when dating online. There were times where I went on and off with it. Hey, let's see what happens in university. Perhaps friends to lovers is easier. This might be copium, but I think I have a better chance if I meet with someone in person than online. Oh well, whatever rejection I get can be used as gym motivation. Transition to my fitness journey. You know my video on running faster and using Just Dance in 30 days? I used that game to train for IPPT. Well, I decided to retake IPPT. 1 month leading up to this, I decided to work out 5 times per week. 3 times on strength and 2 times on cardio. I did a 5 km long run and intervals. So did I get the IPPT silver that I wished for? Yep. John, what did you do after IPPT? Well, I still work out. I've been progressing in my lifts, increasing the reps or weight. My workout routine is in this video here. I skipped a few sessions when I was overseas, but I'm back at it. Other than strength workouts, I include a lot of walking in the evenings. I try to get 7,000 steps daily, which isn't a lot, but remember that I don't have a school or workplace or military camp to walk to regularly. I try to include 1 cardio session, such as running or even playing street soccer with my platoon mates every week. In terms of content creations, the past few months were an off season for me. There is barely any common theme in my last 10 videos, excluding the whole reviewing in 10 seconds series. But I got a new microphone, which is kinda cool. Hopefully it sounds way better using this. You just have to trust that this channel is gonna change up once university begins. I hope you'll be there to see it. After all, I'm close to 1,000 subscribers and I have surpassed 300,000 channel views. So I gotta thank y'all for watching. Thanks to those that say that I'll blow up soon too. I appreciate y'all for being my day ones. Y'all should comment down below that y'all are the real OG. I hope that people in 2027 will watch this video realizing that I've plotted insane content to watch months before. I just want to say that I'm really looking forward to this new milestone in my life. I've been trying to improve my patience, but I can't wait any longer for my patience to improve. So I put a countdown to school starting. Yep, I didn't have an ORD countdown, but I'm having one for college. Would I regret being excited for university if I struggle with making friends, coping with workload, and not having enough time for my personal life? Whatever. It's a canon event that I cannot interfere with. Speaking of regrets, are there any regrets on how I approached the past few months? Maybe I should have taken on a part-time job with low commitment, because some days can be quite boring. But other than that, I don't really regret anything. So, to my brothers who are about to ORD, perhaps you now have some idea of how it is on the other side. Thanks for watching this post-ORD live update. Subscribe to claim the Here Before 1000 subs title, and I'll see you soon as a college student with crippling debt. Okay, bye.